noble. So children, we have learnt in the previous class. So let me today continue the lesson. Half lesson I have done. So let me just revise that one. Children, we have learnt about this great personality, that is Alfred Nobel, that he was born on October 21st, 1833. He was the inventor of dynamite and the founder of the Nobel Prize. And his father's name was Emmanuel Nobel. He was the engineer as well as an inventor also. And then what happened? He was, because of his loss in his business, he was forced to move to Russia. Okay, and then so what happened there? His mother, to support her family, she started a grocery store there. And then later, his father was working for a Russian army there, and he started a workshop which provided equipments and mines for the Russian army. Successful in his industrial and business ventures, Emmanuel Nobel was able to bring his family to St. Petersburg in 1842. You can see the picture of St. Petersburg houses, children, in the textbook. You can just see that picture, children, there. There his sons, so they were along with Alfred Nobel, the 3 more brothers were there. So all were given first class education there. Okay. And then at the age of 17, Alfred Nobel was fluent in Swedish, Russian, French, English and German languages. And then his primary interests were in English literature and poetry, as well as in chemistry and physics also. So he was very much interested in this subject. But his father disliked this about Alfred Nobel. He wanted his sons to walk into his footsteps. He wanted his sons to become like him only. But what happened here? Alfred Nobel was having more interest in English literature and chemistry and physics, and also he was more interested in poetry also. So his father thought that his son was an introvert. So what he did, he sent him for further studies to abroad. And then while working in a laboratory, he became very much interested in this explosive material called nitroglycerin. He was very much interested in that and thought of how it could be useful effectively for construction purposes. Okay, so Alfred Nobel was having that interest, so how it could be useful for the construction purposes, and made more experiments on that. So let's read here and we'll come to know whether he was able to invent that or not. Let's go to read, children, here. So let me continue the lesson. Page number 128. In a few years, Alfred Nobel joined his family enterprise, which was booming because of its deliveries to the Russian army. As the war ended and the conditions changed, Emmanuel Nobel was again forced into bankruptcy. So what happened? In a few years, Alfred joined his family enterprise, which was booming because of its deliveries to the Russian army. So his father started a workshop which provided mines and then equipments for the Russian army. But what happened? As the war ended, again his father was in great loss there. So as the war ended and the conditions changed, Emmanuel Nobel was again forced into bankruptcy. Again he was in a great loss. He left for his hometown. Again he came back to his hometown, Stockholm there. Alfred was still working on developing nitroglycerin. So Alfred was very much interested in this explosive. So he was working on developing nitroglycerin as an explosive. Several explosions, including one in 1864, in which his brother Emil and several other persons were killed. It is a very dangerous liquid it is. So when they were experimenting, so his brother Emil and several others were killed themselves. Convinced the authorities that nitroglycerin production was exceedingly dangerous. So they concluded that it is extremely very dangerous. So they forbade. Forbade means what? Not allowed. So what they did? They did not allow because Alfred Nobel's brother and a few people were killed because of that nitroglycerin. So what they did? They forbade further experimentation with nitroglycerin within the Stockholm city limits. So what happened? So they did not allow further experimentation with the nitroglycerin within the Stockholm city limits. So then what happened? Alfred wanted to do more experiment on that. So he moved to late Malaren. So what he did, Alfred Nobel had to move his experimentation to late Malaren. Alfred started producing the dynamite. So he kept on doing experiments on that nitroglycerin, and then started producing the dynamite, which was solid nitroglycerin. So he mixed with some sand, and then he made it solid, and then made it into solid nitroglycerin, shaped in tubes to make the process of drilling very easy. In 1867, he patented his invention. Patented means what? To get the right to manufacture and sell a product. Okay. So to get the right to manufacture and sell a product. So he patented his invention. He reduced the cost of blasting rocks drastically. In 1865, Alfred was exporting nitroglycerin explosives to other countries also. So he got the right to manufacture them. He got the right to manufacture in the year 1867. So what he did, he started exporting nitroglycerin explosives to other countries in Europe also. America, not only Europe, America and Australia also. He got that right to manufacture and to sell the product. Then what happened? Alfred Nobel was moved by the peacekeeping movements around the world, and this influenced him so much that when he wrote his final will, he asked for the awarding of the Nobel Peace Prize each year. So Alfred Nobel was moved by the peacekeeping movements around the world. So he was successful in inventing that explosive that called dynamite, and then he started exporting that dynamite, that nitroglycerin explosives to other countries also, Europe, America and Australia also. Okay children, so like that he was successful in inventing that. And then later he was moved by the peacekeeping movements around the world, and this influenced him so much. When he wrote his final will, he asked for the awarding of the Nobel Peace Prize each year. When he wrote his will, leaving much of his wealth to the establishment of the prize. So children, since 1901, the Nobel Prize has been honoring men and women from around the world for outstanding achievements in physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature or for world peace. Like that. The first one to be honored by the award was Bertha von Suttner. The first one to be honored by the award was Bertha von Suttner, an Australian Nobel woman, author and peace activist. So Alfred Nobel was very much interested in social and peace related issues. He had a great interest in literature and wrote his own poetry and dramatic works. The Nobel Prizes became an extension and fulfillment of his lifetime interests. So he was not only an inventor, but also he was an entrepreneur, scientist and businessman who wrote poetry and drama. So children, entrepreneur means what? An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. So like that, he was not only an inventor, he was entrepreneur, scientist, businessman who wrote poetry and drama also. So like this, he made achievements, and the Nobel Prize became an extension and fulfillment of his lifetime interests. Okay children, so I hope you have understood. So let me end my class here. In the next class, let us discuss the exercise from your textbook. Okay children, read the lesson and read the hard words, pronounce it properly. After that, you can just go through the meanings also in your textbook. Okay children, see you in the next class. Thank you.